Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aspasia. This is my bookish channel, Asparagus is Reading, where I typically talk about books. But today we're going to be talking about books and more because if you haven't already seen the thumbnail or the title of this video, I'm going to be doing what I got for Christmas this year. I will be honest, I have already filmed this video once, and as I was editing it, I realized I was both out of focus and I was talking a little too quietly. I think that's because there was noise going on, so I started whispering. We're gonna try this again. So I do apologize if I talk about something like very vaguely. It's all because I'm thinking like, oh, I already talked about this when actually it was the previous video. So we're gonna try to do that again. This year I did get quite a variety of things. I tried to make my list a little bit more purposeful, a little bit more full of things that I would use more than once or need. So I asked for things I need, want to wear, to read, and a couple things for school. So I'm gonna try to do this video in categories and leave chapters in the YouTube video so that way you can go ahead and like skip through each chapter. Alright, so let's get into this video because we don't want to be talking for too long. The first category I'm going to be doing is jewelry. These past couple of months I have gotten really into jewelry. I don't really know what it is, to be quite honest, about jewelry. I've never been super excited about it because like I've just never been like one to really get dressed up very often. I just tend to throw on a t-shirt and some jeans and call it a day. But recently I've started to care more about what I look like, started to care more to match, to layer, accessorize like that. So I've really got to jewelry, more specifically earrings. So you probably already seen in previous videos that I have been wearing like these small, really tiny gold hoop earrings. I try to put a picture of all the earrings here, but I did get these in replacement of my studs because I wanted something different. And I think that's kind of what sparked the interest, but I feel like even before then I was looking at Ana Luisa and YouTube videos and like kind of scrolling websites like, oh, this looks cute, but never really committed. So around the time of Christmas, Walmart was having this really big jewelry sale, and so a lot of the jewelry pieces that they would have would be marked down for an incredible price, and then sometimes when you ring it up, it would be even cheaper. So I ended up getting some pieces from them. So one of them I got as a surprise Christmas gift, one I got like the day of as we bought it, and then this other one we got from a friend who sells jewelry. So the first one that I got for Christmas is actually a 3-piece jewelry set. So it has earrings, a necklace, and a ring, and I think it's like a genuine aquamarine. And it is really cute, really simple. I don't have any preference between wearing jewelry that is silver or gold or bronze or whatever. I don't, if I like it, I'll like it and I'll wear it. But I thought this would be perfect so that I could have a little bit more silver in my closet. I do believe I have more gold over silver. The next piece I got are 2 hoop earrings that have like these little ball pieces. I'm not really sure how to describe it. They actually do come off. You just have to slide it around to the top to get them. But they are these hoop earrings that I believe are also gold. Again, this is another one of those Walmart pieces that was on clearance. You can see at the bottom. It went from 158 to 58 to 40. And I believe when we got it rang up, it was less than 40. We were like, sold. These are actually, I think, the biggest earrings that I have in terms of like size. These next pair are actually heavier, but they're a little smaller. To be quite honest, I think this is probably the biggest I'm going to go for right now, just because I'm slowly getting into jewelry. I don't want to do anything too crazy. They do feel strange on me because I haven't worn dangly earrings like this in a while, but I do like how they look. Like I said, there's another earring here. This is the heavier one. It's like this silver, thicker hoop with like a lot of bejeweling and bedazzling and diamonds on it. Really pretty. Very flashy, so I probably won't be wearing it very often. I'll probably just save it for a very fancy event, but they are really cute. Like I said, I did have a friend who sells jewelry, and that was one of them, and they were on sale for $5 because I believe she's trying to do a clearance of her stock, and she just happened to have a lot of extras. So this next thing is actually not jewelry. It's going to be a household school item. So this item is this like 3-tier lunchbox. I actually saw this on TikTok. So shout out to TikTok for this recommendation. And basically it has these latches here, and you could just separate it and you can put whatever food items you want in there. It did come with some reusable utensils. I don't know where I put them. I think they're in my book bag for school. Now my school schedule has changed, so I'm not sure if I'm getting much use out of that, just because at the time that I typically be eating, I will be at home, but we'll see. It's nice to have it just in case. Right, so this next item is actually shoes. I was not supposed to get shoes for Christmas, but these were intended for other family members. But unfortunately, they did not fit them because they have grown in size, or you know how it is when you go shopping. one day you perfectly fit 9.5, but next day you're a 12. Your jeans are a 9, but then this other brand is a 12, but at this other store, it's the same store, same brand, but 4 different jeans, you're a different size. It's a struggle, we all know. So the shoes unfortunately did not fit those 2 family members, and so in the process of trying to exchange and sell and return and buy new, became a whole thing. And so we decided to just keep some of the shoes for other people in the house that may need them. And so now I have some black sneakers. I got is this Nike women's something shoe. Again, it wasn't for me, it was my sister because she needed running shoes, but yeah, just got me some sneakers. This next item we have here is actually a Christmas card given to me by Ava from Ava Romance Books, or aka Ava Loves Romance Books. They did also have a different username in the past. So if you're familiar with Ava Loves Books, that is also Ava Loves Romance Books, or Ava's Romance Books. I'll leave a link to their social medias down below. But every year she sends out these really beautiful book-related Christmas cards. This year she decided to do it a little differently. So inside is a little personal note to each person that got one, and then on the outside she has taped a watercolor print with a quote from someone's favorite book. And if you decide to separate it, you can. She has left like a little note to how to take this off and use it as a print, or you can keep it on as a card. I really like the card. I do have the previous cards and the print that she did last year for Far From the Tree in my book. This is something I'm going to just display on my shelf next to the corresponding book. But I really love this, and getting these every single year is really fun. I wish I had the artistic talents to do this. And the handwriting, like, when I sent her a card for her, I was really trying to be really cool with the art. It did not go very well. I think I'm going to need stickers next time. But I really love getting these. I think this is my second, maybe third year getting these, and Avery is just a stunning queen. We love to see it. Also, everyone congratulate Avery comments because she just recently passed her teacher certification exam. So go her. She's going to be teaching really soon. I'm really excited for her because I know she's been really working hard at that and building her classroom library and studying and all of those things. Alright, I think the next category I'm going to do is the book category, which I know you've all been waiting for. So I have a stack of 10-ish. I will be honest, on Christmas I only received 4, but some of these books came before and after just because I had Christmas money or, things like that. So this first one is actually with Christmas money, and that is actually something that I bought at Barnes & Noble during that 50% off hardback sale, and that is Run by John Lewis, Andrew Aiden, Elle Fury, and Nate Powell. This is the sequel graphic novel series to another series that they have written, which is March, which basically follows some of the events and things that have gone on during the civil rights movement, which I believe is actually a real story about John Lewis and like a lot of things that he went through when he was that age. If I remember correctly, John Lewis has passed away last year, and through these graphic novels, he's just telling his story of what he saw and what he participated in and what he remembers during the civil rights movement and the time of segregation and slavery and such a prominent and normal thing back then, and just all the things that really had to go through. And like I said, this is the sequel graphic novel series to March, so if you haven't read that, I would suggest reading that one first, because that one is fantastic. Alright, and so this next book, that is something that I also got from the Barnes & Noble book sale, and that is Hello From Here by Chandler Baker and Wesley King. This, I believe, is a YA teen contemporary fiction book that takes place during the COVID-19 pandemic and is greatly inspired by the COVID-19 pandemic. I believe it follows these two characters here. I believe he works at a grocery store, and that's how they met. And they are navigating the beginning, or trying to create a relationship during the pandemic, where they are forced to wear masks and get vaccines 6 feet apart, and all that stuff going on during the pandemic. During the pandemic, even though it was such a hard time, I did notice a great amount of great and positive, happy things coming out of it. A lot of people were starting relationships. A lot of people were able to fix relationships, get new jobs, promote and have great success with their businesses, leave the jobs that they don't want and find a better place to be in, things like that. And I thought this was a really great book to pick up and read, to kind of show that even though the pandemic is really tough right now and there's a lot of just tragedy and frustration going on with it, and just, people just losing their patience with it because we want it to be done, I thought this would be nice to read to kind of lighten the blow and kind of get hope that things will be better eventually. I don't know. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, and I also just really love the color scheme. Like, I really like sunsets and sunrises on book covers. Like, they're just immaculate, and I love them. Um, I think I will probably read this very quickly. Don't have any plans to read it just yet. It might be within the next couple months, but we will see. And the last book that I got for myself at this Barnes & Noble book haul, or book sale, is Lost Book of White. I decided to get this, even though I'm tired of Cassandra Clare's books at this point. I decided to get this because I really, really enjoyed this series. Like, when I read it, I fled through book 1 to book 2 very quickly. Book 3 isn't out yet. And this trilogy, I think it's going to be 3, quickly became my second, possibly even my first favorite series written by Cassandra Clare. I've always been a fan of Alec and Magnus as characters, but reading this really gave more insight and more opportunity to me get to know more about them and to really enjoy them. If you didn't already know what the series is about, this basically follows Alec and Magnus during different periods of their life, different years of their lives, throughout the years from basically book 1, City of Bones, up until the most current book, because I believe in some of those books these two characters have left and gone to do other things, or they just don't get as much limelight as other characters, so now they're getting their time, and it is chef's kiss, immaculate, gorgeous, absolutely love it. And one thing I hate though is because there are time jumps, but I mean it makes sense. You're telling the story of what they were doing at that time, but there's just certain chapters I'm like, can I get more of this before we go to next year? So I'm really excited for the third one to come out. I'll probably get that one. This does come with the other cover, but I decided to flip it because my Red Skulls of Magic cover is the blue one that I got for Books of the Month, so I'd just rather just have this to match. So my parents bought me 4 books, like I mentioned earlier, and the first one is Vanished by Meg Cabot. This is the selection or anthology of book 1 and 2. I already own the one that has 3 and 4. This series follows a teenage girl who, I don't know where exactly she was doing, where she went, but one day she's just struck by lightning, and over time as she's healing, she quickly learns that she has developed the power/ability to help find and locate missing children. So if I remember correctly, she gets like these little visions in her dream, where she gets like this sixth sense, like, something going on here, someone's over there to need help, and she just has this power to find missing children. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's kind of cool. Like, speed, strength, like, come on, we see that every day. Like, give me something new. Find missing children? Say less. But it's also very dangerous and scary at the same time, because in our world, missing children, a lot of times when you find them, it's not great where you find them at. And I feel like if I had this ability, I would feel happy that I found them and got to, save them and bring them home, but also kind of scared and terrified of what they went through and, being forced to face that. I don't, if you know, like, I just feel like that it can be very hard and very difficult, especially for someone to be a teenager at the time doing that. Woo, I feel for you, girl. I read this series back in middle school, maybe early high school years. It's been a long time since I've read it all the way through, so I'm glad that I have this. I can finally read all 4 of the books. The next book that I got is actually the 10th anniversary of Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is a book that honestly I completely forgot about. Like, I thought I deleted it off my wish list a while ago because I made the decision to like unhaul Cassandra Clare and only keep the ones that I really, really want. But it turns out I missed this one because my dad had already bought it. So now I have this. It's going to match my City of Bones version. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. I did really enjoy Infernal Devices. It is one of my favorites. So I think once book 3 of this comes out, I'll buy that. And then these will be my last Cassandra Clare books that I'll own. The next book I got is Counting Down With You by Tasha Boyan. If you haven't been following my reviews or YouTube videos, you probably don't already know, but I've read this already and I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and I kind of went a little crazy within the first couple weeks of reading it and just spamming Tashi and going, you read a favorite book and you just kind of go through that little obsession on social media trying to find out what the next book is, what the characters are, fan art, all of that stuff. I did that. It was a little embarrassing looking back on it now, but I mean, like, I was having a moment. I'm pretty sure I laughed, I cried, I was angry, I was, like, excited, I was hopeful, I was rooting for the characters, I was feeling everything. This is a really good book. And it's a debut? Okay. I got my eye on you, Tashi. I'm really excited for the new one. So this book follows Ace and Karina. They have started to embark in a fake dating relationship because Karina is currently tutoring Ace in English, and because he's embarrassed and does not want his family to know that yet, he's had to tell them that that is his girlfriend. And now they have to continue faking that relationship because there's a possibility of his brother finding out and saying something about it. And I don't really remember what she benefits from. I know he buys her a bunch of like hardcover books as gifts and like as payment sometimes, and they go to ice cream and he'll buy her stuff. But I mean, like other than that, I don't remember her getting more out of the relationship other than that. But in her life, she's currently dealing with the fact that her parents are away from home for about a month. And during that time, she's really trying to figure out how she wants to break it to her parents that yes, English is what I want to study. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. And to get the courage to really tell them that, and not be afraid to do what she wants instead of being a doctor or lawyer or whatever they expect her to do. And also, she's terrified of her parents finding out the potential of her having a boyfriend because it's not really approved in her household. At least not just yet. So, I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars. I'm really anticipating her next book, which is A Show for Two, which I believe is being described as a story inspired by the time that Tom Holland went undercover at her high school or her college. I can't remember which one it is. And we love to see it. Tom Holland, love to see it. The next book I got is The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith. Now this is a random pick. This is completely inspired by Riley Marie because she has talked about this and recommended this in the past. I was just really, really interested in it. This basically follows some people who are librarians and a librarian that's in hell. And I believe a lot of those books feature monsters and creatures and craziness going on. They really don't want to escape this library. So I guess things happen. So one day, a hero or a monster, not entirely sure what character, escapes. Actually, let me just read it. Yeah, so when a hero escapes from his book and goes in search of the author, Cranmer must track and capture him with the help of a former muse and current assistant Brevity and the nervous sweet demon Leto. So I guess this person decided to lead the book, and they were like, listen, author, you need to rewrite this, or at least do a better sequel. Like, And honestly, I just love the idea of that, of like the characters in the book, not this book, but like the book that they're chasing after, have a mind of their own, and they're like, listen, you need to write something different. Not today. And I feel like books and librarians having a theme or being featured in a book, and I think I'm really going to enjoy this one. This next book is Lord of the Rings 50th Anniversary Edition, 1 volumes. This has all the books in it. This came early because it is a textbook for my next upcoming semester. I'm supposed to be reading, I think, book 1, if not a portion of book 1, and I decided to just get this one because, first of all, it's pretty. If I end up enjoying it, I could read all of them. And I believe my dad really enjoyed it, so if I don't really care for it, maybe I can just give it to him and he could power through. To be quite honest, he reads a lot slower than me, so this probably take him a good 5 years. Maybe even more, because his focus is not reading at the time. So I feel, and the font is small. Oh, that's the. Yeah, I don't think either of us would ever finish this, but we have it now, so why not? I mean, at least we have the option to read if we decide to. And this last book is a beauty that I'm really happy and excited to have, is the Fairly edition of Gilded by Marissa Meyer. This we actually bought months prior to Christmas, so it's kind of like a early Christmas, late birthday, just for fun gift. I absolutely love Marissa Meyer. Like, if you would ask me top authors, I would have said Cassandra Clare, but the past few years, Marissa Meyer's top. And the reason I said is because her books have been very consistent. I have rated all of her books 4 stars and above. I have reread almost every single book. I have owned almost every single book, either ebook or physical copy, at some point in my life. I have recommended it to someone at least once. I've always been really excited for her books. I never really had any nothing really bad to say about her or the books or anything like that. I have met her more than once, and she's absolutely wonderful. There's one time where I was standing in line at BookCon, and she walked past me, and like no one talked to her, no one was doing anything. She just walked past me, and I was like, "Y'all mean to tell me Marissa Meyer walking around here free, and y'all not stopping her? Marissa Meyer? Oh, well, if you excuse me, let me go. Hey, Marissa, how you doing?" And I felt stupid after that, because I got a photo with her, and we talked for a little bit, and I ended up bumping into her again later. We talked some more then. But I felt stupid because when I got home from BookCon, I opened up my bag. I had 3-4 Marissa Meyer books with me. I talked to her 3 times that day and did not get a single one signed. The main reason I brought those books, I'm pretty sure that was like one of the only books I brought with me to BookCon, was to get them signed. I was just like, Aspasia, you had one job. You had one job? And he failed. Well, actually I had 2 jobs. My other job was to try to talk to Allie from Hardback Hoarder. She was also there. Listen, when I mean Allie was like 5 feet away from me, I could physically see her. She looked amazing. She was laughing, talking to some other YouTuber. I cannot remember the name at the moment. They were having a great time. And I'm like, oh my god, they are right there. Like, I could literally just, right there. And we had already had a conversation prior to that day. Like, oh, hey, let's meet up, take a picture and chat. My anxiety, insecure, terrified, behind, could not move. Like, I literally just stood there just, oh my god, they're right there. And then like 15 other YouTubers came, and I was like, oh, abort mission, gotta go, bye. So yeah, I've never I don't do very well talking to people. It didn't seem to work out very well for me. So maybe next time I'll get a book signed by Marissa, and next time I get a picture by Allie. But until then, so yeah, I have this book. This one is signed, making up for the other ones. But I'm really excited for this one. I will be getting another special edition of her books. It'll be the 10th anniversary edition of Cinder that comes out next year, and I'm really excited for that one because I absolutely love the Lunar Chronicles. And yeah, also this is another retelling. If you didn't already know, it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. It gives me very strong Once Upon a Time vibes. Like, if you don't know, I love Once Upon a Time. Like that show was like, for a lot of people, that was like a sexual awakening. Like, a lot of people were like, wow, I'm bi now. Wow. That show, I love retellings. And the way they did that, sheesh, the last 3 seasons were trash. But the first 4, and then you're gonna give me this? We're getting married tomorrow. Last category is clothes. So a lot of these clothes are wintry, fall weather clothes. That is because I felt like I didn't have a lot of clothes to transition from the summer to winter season. I feel a lot of my clothes are a little too thin, and I tend to wear like 5-6 layers to get myself warmed up, or I just put on a giant winter coat. Like, there's really no like gradual increase, just kind of like here and then we're here. And so I found some sweaters and some cardigans that I got to have. So the first one we have here, I might have worn in a video already, I'm not sure. I actually got from Goodwill. This might be a men's flannel, but I found it at Goodwill and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I love the colors. I'm really into this dark. Wow, this looks a lot brighter on camera. It's really not that bright in real life. It's a lot darker than that. But anyways, I really enjoyed this. I really love this color. I thought it would be perfect for layering and for fall. Put on some boots, some jeans, make it work. So we got this. Then to the sweaters. This one is stuck. Got this like, oh, don't rip, don't rip. I got this. Literally all the hangers are sticking to this. If this rips, I'm gonna be very sad. Okay, so I got this beige, creamish, white sweater. I really like these sweaters because these tend to be a little thicker, tend to be very comfortable. They remind me of like the sweaters like of someone would knit for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So this does look cropped, but it's actually not that cropped. This one actually, I think of all of them, this is the shortest one. They fall by my belly button a little bit lower. This one I think I would have preferred a size bigger, but because it's the only one that I had, I'm like, I'll make it work. I'll fit into it. The next one I got is this another color that I'm really obsessed with right now. Is this burnt orange sweater. Again, looks cropped. This one falls but like right below my belly button. More concerned about the V-neck. This is pretty deep. I've had to wear a tank top with this one because I'm scared to flash, and also because it's cold outside. So it does have this like ripped detailing on the neck, the sleeve, and on the bottom. This one I think was on clearance for like $7. I was like, say less. I'm gonna be honest, they did have a blue one in that exact style, but I don't think it had the V-neck. I was gonna get it, but then I was like, no, Space, you already got like 4 sweaters in your cart, you're good. Now I'm like, it was $6. $6 ain't gonna hurt you, girl. You could have had it. Another one in that similar style is this like dark green, and this one the sleeves actually like, I don't know, what do you call this, like scrunchy style? Like when it's kind of more fitted compared to this. I don't know what to call it. I don't know nothing about fashion, okay? This has a, you know, a normal neckline, and it does have the like fringe ripped detailing at the bottom, but this one is more like shaped. So if you were to look at it, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's more like triangle, zigzags. Where this one was kind of just a little more messy with it. I've definitely worn this quite a few times. This is the thicker one of the 3. Very comfortable. Love it. I've just been really into this like dark green and dark orange tones recently. Last 2 items, or 3 items actually, is a onesie. So this one is a Cheshire Cat onesie. It's like this darker pink, pastel pink onesie with the hood being like this Cheshire Cat face. It also has like some stuffing in the mouth part, which I haven't had before with the onesie. They tend to be very thin at the top. I have 2 onesies from this brand. I have been living in these onesies since Christmas. The problem is they've been making me like super hot, but it is so comfortable. It's so hot. Listen, I fall asleep in this, but I wake up sweaty. It's a fight. Like, do I want to be comfortable? Do I want to be hot? The next onesie that I have is Mike Wazowski for Monsters Inc., Monsters University, and Beyond. I already have Sully. Have y'all seen me in that in the vlog? You might have seen me in it. I tend to wear my onesies more than like actual clothes. But this one is the one I've been wearing more often just because I really like Monsters Inc. And this like green. Like, I used to hate green. But the greens this year? I might be a green girl. I don't know. But again, this has the stuffing in it, but this part it's actually in the eyeball. And it does have his horns, and also funny, on the like feet part, it does have his 3 little toes, which I think would have been better if they, instead of it cutting off at the ankles, they just had it go all the way to cover your feet, then have this. But hey, it's cute, it's comfortable. I love wear it all the time. I can't complain. Oh wow, I lied. I have more clothing here. Okay, so the next one is a dark, more burgundy. This was definitely a bit more wine color than the other one. Anyway, so this one is my longest one. I'm trying to see if I can get it in the camera. This one actually goes down to like kind of where your jean pockets go, about that long, a little bit longer than that. It has the V-neck. This one's much shorter than the other ones. You don't have to worry about wearing a tank top. Like, it's not too concerning. And this one is a bit more baggy, a bit more loose, very comfortable. Really enjoy this one. The next sweater thing that I have is this one. It's one of those like quarter zip ups that's right here. Little turtleneck. Got it from Walmart. It was very comfortable. Just decided to get one so I could have more transitional sweaters. And ended up, because my family actually really liked this, and a lot of my friends really liked it, we ended up going back to Walmart, buying like 1 in like, or 2 in like every color, and just giving it out to everybody because everyone really loved it. So, check out Walmart. The next one is actually a t-shirt. I've been really into cartoon graphic t-shirts, which you've probably already seen in my previous YouTube videos and in Instagram. And that is this black Addams Family t-shirt that says "You Rang." I absolutely love this shirt. I'm really into cartoons and movies, and you know, this is a nice way to be a conversation starter, like, oh hey, love your shirt, blah 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 blah, you know. And my parents got me one because I've really been obsessed with Addams Family recently. I think I've really going down into like spooky aesthetics recently, and I think that's kind of what inspired that purchase. This next one is a very plain one, just a plain gray t-shirt, a little cropped. I've been asking for more plain shirts and long sleeves just so I can layer. And also just because I feel like a lot of my shirts are printed or have coats on them, and sometimes when I want to put an outfit on, it doesn't really go with the fit. So got me a couple plain t-shirts. I think I have like blue, black, red, yellow, gray, maybe a purple now, but those are a bunch of those. Now we're on to the final item. I think this is the final one, and that is this light. Because I've asked my parents to get a reading light. I've noticed in previous months, whenever I'm reading at night, I just feel like my lights are too bright. Especially because if I want to go to sleep after, I feel like I'm wide awake still. So I feel like this would be nice. It does have 3 brightness settings. So maybe when I'm, definitely don't think I'll make it to the very first one because that's bright. I'll probably just use the first one. I'm really excited. Oops, turn it off. Really excited for this to use instead of using my lamps. Very, usable. If I could, I could clip it on my shirt. Oh, that didn't work. I could clip it on my shirt and just have it over like that. I could clip it onto my pillow. I could clip it onto the book itself. So this will come very handy in the next couple months, especially since I'm going back to college. This will all be very good for like whenever I'm studying or doing assignments. 40 minutes later and we are finally done. So that is everything that I got for Christmas. Clothes, books, shoes, you name it. It is all there. Thank you guys for the interest in it. I wasn't really sure people actually interested, but there was a lot of people requesting it on Instagram. And I did a poll and like 80 people said yes. And I was like, oh, say less. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and are really interested in this. Let me know what is one of your favorite gifts that you got this year for Christmas. Let me know what you're currently reading because I'm curious. Are you trying to hurry up and finish a reading goal or are you just reading just for fun right now? I know a lot of people are trying to rush and complete their goals right now. I'm just curious, like, what's everyone up to? Thank you guys for requesting this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting and hanging out. I hope we're all excited for this upcoming year. I am, but also kind of not. Mixed vibes right now. And yeah. Hope you guys have a good day, good evening, good night, or whatever time it is where you are, and I'll see you in the next one.